morning. Good morning. It is so great to be here with all of you today. Thank you for taking time out of your Saturday to come and to be here at Parent University. This is the 9th time that we have done this. I want to just thank Dr. Joseph, who's our new superintendent, for continuing this tradition. It's very exciting. And I also want to give a shout out to Linnell Matthews, who is here. He is with my Office of Neighborhoods and Community Engagement, and he and I had the pleasure of serving together for 8 years on the Metro Council. And Linnell, you're going to hear from him a little later today. You know, I know that kids take a lot of time, being a mom. And I also know how important it is when parents are engaged in their kids' lives. And the fact that all of you are here today and care about what your children are up to, I think speaks volumes to what kind of a city we are. And I want to talk a minute about 2 initiatives that are in my office at the moment. One, you're going to hear a lot about today, is the youth engagement component. And we did a process when I first came into office of bringing our youth together to talk specifically about what they need from us as the adults in the room. And I will tell you that one of the kids in the place where we brought 400 high schoolers to talk about this said, and I still remember this quote, he said, you know, what we really need is a safety net. Because as kids, we're asked to walk a tightrope, and sometimes we fall. And if we don't have that safety net to catch us the first time, the second time, or the third time that we fall, then we're not going to be successful. And I think that's exactly what we as the adults need to provide, is that safety net. And there are 6 key areas that came out of specifically that youth engagement conversation. And you're going to hear more about that. But basically, it's about youth engagement, safe environment, education, training and employment, health awareness and access, and then restorative justice and diversion. And we're going to spend time talking about those. But let me just spend 1 minute on the HOPE initiative that I'm going to be announcing soon, that is called Opportunity Now. Because the one thing that I do believe that our youth need are opportunities and access to internships and jobs. Because we know a couple of things about how to keep people out of poverty. First, you have to graduate from high school. Have to. Second, you have to get that first job. Because if you get that first job, you'll get your second job, and your third job, and your fourth job. And the third thing is, you can't have a kid until you're financially stable. If you can do those 3 things, the likelihood that you'll be poor is greatly reduced. So we can do a couple of things to impact this, especially the piece on the jobs. And let me give you an example. As mentioned, I have a senior in college, and this last spring he needed an internship. So I called a friend of mine and I said, hey, my son needs an internship, and will you talk to him? And he said, sure. And after my friend talked to my son called me up and said, hey, David's going to offer me an internship, but I don't want to take it if that's the only reason I'm getting it is because I'm your kid. And I said to him, it's the only reason that you're getting it, because you're totally not qualified. And that is the door that I need to open as mayor for all kids. All kids need to have that door open for them. And so next summer, I want to put 10,000 of our youth, the ages 14 to 24, into meaningful paid jobs and opportunities. And I need your help. So if you work for places that can hire these interns, you need me to help identify those. And we'll be back to talk about what that looks like. But I tell you what, if we can give our kids the same opportunity that I was able to give my kid, then our kids will be better. And I believe deeply in my soul that that is my role. Because I have a quote in my office that says that power is about waking up every day and making a difference in somebody else's life. And the fact that I get to sit in this seat at this moment gives me that chance. So thank you for inviting me today. Thank you for coming to Parent University, because you know what? You all sit in a very powerful seat every day as parents, and you make a difference in your kid's life. So thank you so much.